I believe many of you know what date trees are, or maybe you know even the fruits called dates. And today I want to show you how to grow this kind of fruits called dates at your home. So we are going to plant the seeds and we are going to germinate them, and you are going to see how you reach until that stage of transferring the date seedlings to your farm where you want to cultivate. But all in all, I want to assure you that in any tropical regions you can grow tende or dates, especially in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, I believe also in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Burundi, Rwanda, and other southern part of Africa. Dates can grow as well. So what is important is to get the seeds or the seedlings. So how to germinate seedlings? Today I want to show you how to germinate seedlings at home. So first of all, you have to buy the tende. This is ordinary tende or dates you buy from the shops. Many of them are still in use. You can germinate from there. So you make sure you pick the good tende, good dates, and then you select the seedlings. You eat a part of it and of the fruit, and then the seeds you don't throw away, you keep them. So here we start to germinate the seeds at home. So welcome, and you are going to germinate these seedlings until the stage of planting them to the shamba, to your farm. So welcome, and just observe the procedures. So the first thing is to find where you can locate dates. Normally they are found in many shops, especially the Arab shops and other places, supermarkets, and anywhere. Only that you have to be careful to choose those dates that are not they've not passed through the procedure of killing the seeds, but normally any dates can be used. So when you buy the dates, you come with them at home and you eat them. You can share with your friends, but make sure that you keep all the seeds. So when it reaches the time when you have enough seeds that you want to plant, then you take the seeds and you wash them thoroughly. You wash them very well. You wash into normal water, not hot water, just normal water. Many people think that hot water could be best, but no. You wash them. After washing, then you put them into a vessel and you leave them into water for 48 hours. That's the best. If you are in a hurry, you can even use 24 hours, but it's better to leave them for 48 hours. That's 2 days. Then after 2 days, you take them away from water, and then you prepare serviette, or in Tanzania they are called the tissue paper, or you can even use toilet papers. So you put the toilet paper, the serviette or the tissue paper like this, and then you start to arrange those seeds in accordance, leaving a space at least of 1 or 2 centimeters from one another. After arranging them like that, and then you take another part of tissue paper, of toilet paper or a serviette, and you cover them. Then after covering them, you put them into a plastic bag. Normally this plastic bag should be the one which can keep air out, albeit the one which will not allow air to enter. So you cover a plastic bag, and then it's better to mark at the time you are doing everything, if you are doing for the experimental issue. But if you are already used to, you don't need to mark. But as well as you mark them, then you can administer well your experiment. Anyway, so you put it in a place, that plastic bag, you put it in a dark place. It's suggested to be it in a very dark place so that you give time for it to grow. So you put your seeds that are in that plastic bag in one of the places that you see there will be no any disturbance, and you count days, at least 2 weeks. It can take even 3 weeks. It all depends with the kind of the seeds that you've bought, but normally in 2 weeks they can show you already a symptom that they are going to germinate. So you leave them for 2 or 3 weeks. When it reaches the time, you take them away. Normally you have to control at least after 5 days. You control to see how they continue, they proceed. So after 3 weeks, for sure, your dates, your seeds will be already for checking and to see whether they've reached that stage. But normally, with my own experience, I think the better to transport them, to put them into a vase when they've shown that head, that shooting just when they started. Because with me, I was told that I have to wait for 4 weeks. Then I came to realize that when you leave them to grow too much, then it's not easy to transfer them to other pots, because they dry, especially when they get into contact with the outside air, and then they become very delicate that they wither. So it's better to transport them to a vase immediately when they start to show off that they are heading. Then you be sure that it will continue, but it depends also with the weather condition where you are. But normally it's better, the earlier the better. Don't wait until it is late, because they are going to change the color. They're going to become with that rusty image. So you better transfer them before it's getting late. So here we go. Now, to get to this stage, you need to plant these seedlings into small vases. Normally I use this one of 5 liters, and then I have to prepare this. So I cut the vase, taking away the other part, and then I make holes in this vase so that I allow water to penetrate down because also if water lodges into this vase for long, it can cause some other damages, like it can cause rotting of the seeds. So you make sure that you make good holes to allow also ventilation. After preparing a vase, you put in a good soil that will support your plant, and then you transfer your seedlings into these pots, and then you make sure you maintain them all into a good shadow so that the sun cannot strike them directly. And also you make sure that you always put an eye on. So after some times, like a week, you see the shootings coming out. So you make sure that always you are there, and you make sure that the shootings are coming out and you control them. So after that, we are going to see the second part of this video, the next episode, of how to transfer now or to take care of these seedlings. They are already seedlings, they are no longer seeds, they are seedlings. Now the second part, I will bring you is about the seedlings, and I welcome you to be aware so that you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, to share it, and I want to show you that also you can make your own dates at your home. You can make your own tende at your home, only that you have to have courage and to make a test. Be sure tende gives a lot of advantages to you. First of all, at least a tende can give is 300 kilos a year. That's the least it can give you. So make sure that you plant at least 2 or 3 seedlings at your home. And mind that dates are like human beings. You have to have the female and male dates. So make sure that you plant enough dates so that you have male dates and female dates. So I expect to meet you in my next episode. Thank you again for your time. Until next time, goodbye.